Miss America is back in Wisconsin this weekend, and she's making stops all across the state. Wausau's Grace Stanke, at the age of 20, won the pageant in December. New at 5:30, our Emily Roberts caught up with her in Oshkosh. Emily, what did she have to say?
Jason, the Oshkosh Public Museum is absolutely sparkling. Check out this crown here. And it's all thanks to personal loans from Miss America herself. It's not just her crown on display, though. Visitors can check out her sash, her earrings, and even the evening gown she got crowned in. The exhibit is called A Woman Who Can. Alongside the fashion, the museum is shining a light on Stanke's positive social impact initiative. It's called Clean Energy, Cleaner Future. She's working toward a nuclear engineering degree at UW-Madison, and she spent the afternoon taking photos and signing autographs. She says one of her favorite parts of holding the title is making connections.
Wisconsin is, I always say, such an easy state to represent because everyone is so kind. You know, Wisconsin nice really is real. I think that's something that people are always like, oh, really? Especially growing up here.
We're not only proud of having the Packers and the Badgers and cheese, but we have a wonderful Miss America from Wisconsin.
Tonight on Action 2 News at 10, hear from people of all ages after meeting Miss America. In the studio, Emily Roberts, Action 2 News.